Hello, always Dizzy here. I'm going to start with Puzzle Streak of 41 before I play any games. It's 9:30 p.m. here on the West Coast. I was hoping to stream a little bit earlier, but work got in the way. Voice feels a little weak right now. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to start at the 1 minute mark here. Yesterday it took me 40 minutes, so I'm hoping to do a lot better than that today. Let's get started. We are black. Should be able to promote here. Whoa, I didn't even notice that, but we should be okay. Fork. I have to fork first, otherwise he can take on F5. And then we have rook e1, I think. I've been feeling congested today. Not a great feeling. Always with the health issues. Okay. Man, it's hot. God dang. It's so hot. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. So check. And then how do we make progress? Because like queen h7, can we take here? How does that help? And how does this help? Maybe I check first. Yeah, that was what I was going to do. I already forgot. But I don't know what I'm doing here. This is rated 1300. Oh, I can promote. But can I? Ay. Okay, well, first of all, this can't hurt. And neither can this. And it ends too freaking early, because what are we doing here? This is a terrible puzzle. This is rated 1300, and you have to find bishop f2, because this just repeats. So this is the worst puzzle ever. I don't know why it's rated 1300. Oh, you know why? Yeah, because it ended early. So this should probably be rated like, I don't know. So what's the continuation here? That's the only winning move is bishop f2. So let's just say this happens. Oh, this is the worst puzzle ever. Black's in Zugzwang. And then we start that. This should be like, I don't know, 2300 or something. So that's a downvote for me. Mate in 2. Oh god, I'm so congested here. I'm gonna turn off. Sorry, I need air conditioning. Okay, we are white. Okay, so we have a check. But then what? Okay, so what about take on d5, queen takes d5, rook b7, but then there's king e6. Yeah, that does nothing. This batch should be crazy. Oh, it's just, yeah. So what am I doing here? That's the closest I see. Then rook e1. Yeah, then it's rook e1. Okay. And if he goes king c6 after rook b7? Then rook c1. Okay. It should be rook c1 here. Tough batch, though. Promote. King b7. Then rook a6. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, my focus is not good tonight. The silence that you just saw, I wasn't really thinking about anything. What if I have a7, king b7, rook c7? That's got to be it, right? Okay. Queen h6, mate in one threat. Only way to stop it is king g8. Could I assume we're taking on f6 there. And then let's say knight c6. I take his bishop. But it's our only chance here. Yeah, and then are we taking the bishop? Because he's got this check. I could also trade queens. I don't want to do that, though. So check. What's nice about this is I take with tempo. Okay. So can't stop thinking about the heat. It's so distracting. Well, you would think we would take the bishop because we're threatening to win the knight. Oh, we can take here. Everything is covered. We're down a pawn. This is a double attack. Can't go wrong with this. Okay. We have a kill box. Can force the queens off. It's a mate in 2, I think. This threatens his bishop and mate. But I don't care about the bishop because we're down material, so we just care about mate. If he sacks his bishop, that could be a problem. Might go king g1 possibly. But this is bishop d4 is a problem too. So how do I survive if I go king g2, queen g4? How do we survive? I can go to the h file. Okay. And if queen h5 something to the 7th rank, then we can take the bishop. I don't know if that's enough. Yeah, I'm not sure about that because we're down a piece there. Maybe I have rook f7. This is a really tough batch, but yeah, queen h4, something to the 7th rank. Do we have rook f7? Threatening mate. So he has to take or sacrifice his bishop. But I think he has to take. Yeah, so I think it's rook f7 after. But he does it this way, yeah. So we can take it, and then queen g4, we can go back to the h file. Okay, we are white. Interesting. So what we have to take, that's not a question. And we have to chase that down. We still have to chase this down. But now floating square territory. But I'm still quick enough. Okay. I think. Yeah. Okay, it should be mate in 2. We can threaten mate. What can he do about it? A whole lot of nothing. I could pick up his bishop. I mean, that's got to be good. I'm pretty safe. If g6, I can attack his rook and stuff. So we have check, king h8. Take the rook. Should be good. So he has to go to h7. And I still take the rook. We are white. Just a mate in 2, no? Mate in 3. Interesting. So can I take his queen? I'll be up the exchange and a pawn. That has to be good. Well, I won't be up a pawn because it'll be his turn to move. So that might not be enough. No, I think it's gonna. Yeah, I don't like this puzzle though, because this is still a lot of work. That's still a lot of work for white. Okay, do the fork on c6. We're down a pawn. That'll put us up the exchange for a pawn. Maybe more, because I don't see how he protects the rook. We have a check. And a check, king d8, and then here. We are black. So I think I can go e3, right? If he takes, I take, I'm still threatening e2. And if I do get that in, that's good. So I think this is it. If f3, we still go e2. We still go e2 here. Whoa. No, we have to take that rook. Okay, we are black. We can force a trade of queens. So yeah, I mean, we can force a trade of queens a couple of different ways. Oh, we just win the rook. Man. I've been coughing a little bit less. Have you noticed? It's so hot though. Looks like a mate in 2. We are white. So check. This is irrelevant. Check. I mean, blocks. Then I'm looking for geometry at the end. I mean, I can win the rook. Maybe I'll just win the rook, I guess. We can just go check on e6 and then win the rook. He does have some real threats, though. But that's still, yeah, I mean, what else are we going to do if we don't do that? The only other move that would make sense is if I have a fork after this, but I don't. Okay. 19 minutes in. Could take on h7 maybe. Oh, allergies are kicking my butt. So yeah, take. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. Okay, so does he have a way to attack my queen there? I don't think so. So we're going to do it. We can win a bishop with this fork. Hello, Jafar. How goes it? No, I think we might have a mate, actually. It's a mate in 2. And we are white. So can I just take on queen c6 here? Food morning. You're hungry? Somebody's hungry, and his name is Jafar. I mean, this looks good. I don't think he's going to get a per pet. Or a fork. We are black. So we have a check. And take with the queen. I mean, it should be that simple. You're very hungry. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to eat? So, can we just get a breakthrough here? I think I can. Take on c6 and then b5. If takes, I'm queening. If he brings in the king, then I can go here. Majority. Yeah, so b6 here. $39. So I think I can just take on c1. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Could I go rook g8? His queen is trapped. And then he has to go rook f8. Or that, but same deal. And we're almost trapped, but we do have 1 square. To spare. Is that true? Last one. Did well today. 22 minutes in. So we're down 2 pawns. We have a discovery on his rook. But so we take and then we take and then we take. And we're done. I'm going to get one wrong on purpose now. So that was good. That was under 23 minutes. I'm going to do a few I'll be back in 1 minute. I just, my allergies are kicking my butt here. Where's my... Okay. Sorry about that. I'm going to play a game now. Now that the puzzle streak has been met, we're going to play rapid. Yeah, not feeling so great today. Yesterday I felt better. Okay, we have a 2168 opponent from India with a brand new account, and we say no. Because we don't like brand new accounts. He has 40 games played. Hello, Ilkar. We have a 2200, and we get to play Dutch. Have not seen this in a long time. I think this is a Raphael variation. I haven't seen this in like 3 months. I think D5 here. Now, that's a little unusual. So, do we want to go bishop e7, bishop e6? Probably bishop e6 here. And this is interesting because I think normally I want a castle queenside here. So I often play knight c6, but that's also to help play knight b4 when the bishop goes to d3. So here I might want to play c6, and maybe I'll just do that. No, I don't want to show my cards too soon. So let's go. Let's go queen d7, and then bishop e7. Okay, I'm going to take a cough drop now. Hello, Mr. Mr. Cutie. Mr. Cutie. I wasn't coughing before. Okay. Yeah, my allergies kicking my butt here. 7163, sorry. So I need to sneeze. I'm gonna. Excuse me. Oh man. Don't allergy suck. Okay, so h5. And can I? Okay, let's play h5. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this opening. Yeah, so this is expected. And then he's going to come in here. So this is technically a problem. But I can I handle both? Just go c6 right now, then knight f4. Hello, Humberto. And then bishop f7. Okay, let's get that taken care of. Maybe I even let him take it. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not a healthy individual. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or not. I am going to, well, he is hitting h5 though. So we will go with the original plan. And now my queen looks a little weird on d7. Maybe I go knight a6 to c7, challenge his knight on f4. He's probably going to put a rook on e1 and then push here. Oh, well, I have g6. I don't mind playing that. And then we'll go for this plan. Yeah, I told you he wants to get this going. So he wants a castle. We will play knight a6. Actually, maybe I should have played bishop. Maybe bishop b4 was probably good there. Damn. Well, he had queen d3 though. Still. Okay. I don't know if I want to even challenge that knight anymore because he's not really doing anything. He doesn't have any good breaks. I'm actually very solid here. So maybe I just start pushing. I don't want to play c5 because we don't want this to open up. So I'm going to go b5 here. And I think we're fine here. It's ugly, but I think we're fine. I just took an expired reactant, so hopefully that helps. So now bishop g4 again. This is my good bishop. It's my good bishop. Then he could maybe play a4 later. Still. Am I going to give that up? We will see after the game. I don't know if this is a good trade, this bishop for this knight. But it's a closed position. No pawns have been traded. So knights are pretty good. And we can give him an isolated a pawn. So I feel it's reasonable. Okay, for the past minute, nothing went on in my brain. I'm a bit fried today. Yeah, pretty tired today for some reason. I didn't do a whole lot. A little stressed though. Overwhelmed with some stuff. Yeah, and then still, still a little bit sick from COVID. And I think that's now mixing in with allergies. And it's so hot here lately. And I've been opening up my windows, but a lot of pollen has been flying around. Okay. So we could take, I assume he would capture with the queen. I could maybe go g5, g4. No, he'd probably just take. Yeah, he would take. So, okay. Maybe, yeah, maybe I bring it back, right? What's he going to do? This? Okay, let's bring that back. I don't have to take the knight. I can undo my move. And then I don't know how I progress here, though. Rook b8. I mean, just move back and forth. Do I want a castle? Maybe put the king on c6. I don't know where my king is safest. I could take this. Maybe I move the a pawn. So let's do that. Okay, a pawn. Hello, Nebula. Did he move? I didn't hear him move. Okay, so is this a threat in some cases? No. Is this a threat? No. We will play a5. Yeah, okay, so we a4 and then b4 maybe. So boom, boom. He's breaking this open. But I'm getting a little low on the clock, so I can't think too long here. Hello, Myth. Yeah, I should change my name to Always Sneezy now with my allergies. Okay. Yeah, so do we go b4? So we're going to keep rolling here. And he has a big decision to make. If he plays d5, I'm taking his knight. Because I think I win a pawn. But he can just go king b1, and that he might play that. His king is perfectly safe there. I think that's what he might play. So maybe I shouldn't take the knight. Maybe I should take on e5. Should I take on e5? But then he takes again, and then he has rook e1. Wow. I don't know if that's so good for him. I could take this knight, which is interesting. So he has to recapture, I presume. Yeah, I don't like my king here, but I wonder if I should take that knight. Is b3 a move? He has a3, which is probably fine. I don't know if he should take. Okay, let's go b3. I don't know. I'm low on the clock here. This is like a Sicilian now. Can maybe even go here, but yeah, let's take. So I gambited a pawn there. Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't good. But I am a bit low on the clock. So I'm assuming queen takes b3. And then maybe I castle kingside there. e5 takes. We're good. Yeah. So queen b3 I might castle. Wow. Okay. I don't actually want him taking on f5. I just realized. I mean, maybe that's okay. But I am down a pawn now. Is there a reason I shouldn't trade this off? I don't want this happening, right? Boy. Take. I know he's got this, but I'm hoping there's something I can do there. There might not be. I think I just lost a pawn. Yeah, no. At least the pawn. And we're down. We're going to be down 2 pawns. And the time situation is not good either. It's too bad. I had a totally solid position. Then it got a little bit sharp. Take there. Okay, so. So he could just trade here. He's up 2 pawns, and I have 44 seconds. Wow, that was a slow move, if there ever was one. I just lost my. I have to sack the exchange now. I just didn't have time. Just didn't have the time. Can I pre-move this? I shouldn't have allowed that. I don't know. I've got no time. What do you want from me? Okay. I'm not going to analyze that one because it was a time situation again. Okay, just got to play quicker. Another Dutch. Okay, try to play a little quicker. I used to always play a5 here. But the thing is, this isn't actually a threat. But it does prevent me from playing knight c6. I could just go knight c6 now, though. And then if d5, just go knight a5. Okay, let's do that. Normally I play a5, but I'm trying to expand my horizons. Oh, that looks good. Oh, this guy's quick. 20 seconds, eh? Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. So I don't really want to play d6 because I feel there might be issues. I don't know what those issues are. This might be one of them. And I don't know where I want to put this. Okay, believe it or not, I'm going to put it on rook f7 because I still might want to go for this rook lift eventually. Yeah, I'm not sure. Normally I play a5, so I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot because, okay, well, what is this about? This seems wrong. Oh, he's hitting my rook. Oh, God. Well, that's game over, hey? I suck. Jeez. Okay. Well. This lets him win a pawn. Okay, but I gotta play something. Yeah, this did not go well. To the fork here. I get the exchange back, but I'm still down a pawn. But that should be something, right? He has the bishop pair, but it's something. Not a well-played game. So we have a mate threat, discovered mate threat. And you can't go wrong with that, right? E5, maybe you can. Is that a problem? Kind of. Kind of. Queen g5, d5. I don't really want to go knight a5 there. It's not the worst thing. But then there's c5. Not sure about that. What about d6? d6, e5. I don't really like that either. I don't know if there's a good solution there. Okay. Yeah, so d5, knight a6, I guess, reluctantly. I mean, maybe knight e8. I could also consider taking. Okay, that is a welcome sight. We push. There's still d5. But now it doesn't make me cry. So now we push. d5, knight e5. If he does nothing, like c5 is annoying too. So if c5, f3, I like those light squares. I don't know if we're quick enough to do enough damage. Okay, f3 looks decent. I could go for this Nimzo idea. So start with the bishop so that I could trade it off. I don't know. Do I want to be trading that? I don't know. He does have the bishop pair. E5 is also an idea. If he pushes, then knight a5. But I still don't like this. Maybe I will lead with bishop a6. I'm going to play that. Otherwise, if I start with knight a5, it's hard to get bishop a6 in. So we're going to go bishop a6 first. And then knight e5. We just won a... Well, we didn't quite win a pawn. He just offered me a draw. He offered me a draw. He's scared. He's high rated, but I don't really want to draw. Is this a blunder and that's why he offered me to draw? I don't think so. I think he thought he's losing the pawn, but he's not losing the pawn. He just goes queen e2. I'm going to keep playing. I think. I am lower on the clock. Okay, so queen e2. Do I have d5 there? En passant is probably working. Maybe I should take the draw. I'm only considering it because I'm lower on the clock by a lot. That's the only reason. But I think black is totally fine here. So yeah, I'm just making sure there's nothing really good here for me. Because this is nothing. Well, it's not nothing. But he's got h3. I think I'm going to take the draw. Again, because of the clock. Okay. So, not a well-played game. So this was all fine. And I just say, I always play a5 here. But I've been looking into this more recently, and there's different ways to play against it. You can ignore it. And so I thought I would. Maybe I even can just play d6 here. The one thing I don't like about a5 against a4 is the b6 pawn becomes weak if you play c5. And sometimes you need to play c5. So that's why I tried knight c6. Which I think is still probably fine. I think just rook f7. I just missed knight g5. So rook e8. And then h6, right? So I think that this is still fine. I'm not sure. D5 was the move that was... Oh, no, not here. Not here. No, even here, right? D5 is still... I'm still unsure about that. I think I was going to go knight e5. Yeah, so I think this is valid, though. This was a blunder, rook f7. And then I just... It's a blunder, so I had to get a little wild here. Going to lose the exchange and or a pawn, but I open up lines to attack. And he fell for... He got complacent because I blundered. He probably thought it was a slam dunk. And now it's... Well, it turned out to be a draw. I don't think e4 was good. I don't know what I would suggest. Maybe the c5 idea again. But I think f4 is good for black here. Yeah. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. 13 viewers, hello. Kind of stressed. My back molar yesterday started getting really sensitive. And I feel it when I chew now. Not every bite, but like every 1 in 100 bites. I hope it's not like a cavity or something. Okay, so this looks about right. I was winning. Wow. Okay, so first of all, the knight c6 move. It's fine. Not the top move, but it is playable. Yeah, normally I play a5. Also not the top move. Oh, I think, yes, c5 is good. Knight e4. And then this actually lets me play rook f6. But I played knight c6. And then this was just a blunder. I mean, that was just a funny, silly blunder. Nebula, no, I'm sensitive to health issues because I've had a lot in my life. But no, but I haven't had a break from the health issues in years. Couple of years. Well, Yeah, almost a couple of years. I had surgery a couple, February 27th, I had surgery. Had an organ removed. Yeah. So, where was I here? Yeah. So 94, I mean, this was another mistake, but I thought I had to try for shenanigans. So yeah, queen b3 just drops the exchange. And then I was winning here. What did I miss? Knight d4? And we win a pawn? Oh my God, who's looking for that? That's awesome, but greedy. Oh, wait. I'm confused. Why am I confused here? Knight f3. What? Oh my God. Yeah, and you can do that here too. That's insane. How does this work? This shouldn't work. That's ridiculous. So they just transpose here. You can also start with a queen check, but that's crazy. It shouldn't work, but it works. That's crazy. Man, let's look at it from White's perspective here. So, yeah, you go queen c2. Seems perfectly natural. I mean, and the funny thing is that's the only losing move. If you go here, this doesn't work now. Why not? What's the difference? What is the difference? Oh, because we're not hitting the queen. Oh my God. Yeah, so, man, but who's looking at that? Jesus. Or knight f3. Like, who's looking at this? Crazy. Yeah, so you take it and then, well, mate. Man, okay. So I missed that tactic and I blundered rook f7. That's the tail of that tape. Did I want to look at the previous game? No, I don't. Okay, going to play another one. Because I was okay in the previous game. But, oh, 3 blacks in a row? Guys, that's a little weird. 3 blacks in a row, right? That's weird. Okay. I mean, the color doesn't really matter. I'm not a grandmaster, so it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care that I'm black, but I'm just surprised that I'm black again. Okay. D5 or knight c6 or bishop e7. Let's go bishop e7. And we shall castle. So the way I play against this Bodler attack is boring and unambitiously. Because that's what white wants. So you can go d5 right away. I wonder if I should. It all kind of transposes. If e5, we take the bishop. So he'll go bishop b3. So I'm going to go d5. Oh, he took. So here you can take with the knight or the pawn. Although I just remembered one issue here is that he's got bishop c. Yeah, he's got bishop f4 now, which is good for white. So that would be one benefit of taking with the knight. Actually, I still have time to play. So this is key. Bishop d6 is key. So we have to go bishop d6 here. Oh, he's got this pin, but I think the computer actually likes to go h6, g5. I hate it. It's uncomfortable, but I think, we're going to do this. Oh, he wins a pawn? Damn it. So I can't do that yet. Yeah, I think we have to go I think this is what we have to do. Okay, so I don't know if I misplayed anything yet. But yeah, maybe the d5 right away. Yeah, it does allow what just transpired. So maybe even h6. Maybe I should have played h6 before d5. Okay, so now we're going to do this. And we are playing g5. I hate this. I hate doing this, but the computer likes it. Yeah, so this is all prep still. And I'm trying to remember. So the computer does like to play knight h5 eventually. I'm trying to remember if we want to do that first or like I think we take right away and then knight h5. And then we just keep pressuring that. So this is the first time I ever got to play this. I've looked at this with the computer. First time I've gotten to play it, which is kind of exciting. So I don't know what he's thinking about here. He's got one move. Uh-oh, this guy's 2300 bullet, 2255 blitz. Okay, yeah, so I think we're going knight h5. Is there knight? Oh, there's knight g5, right? Or is there? Because I could take on g3. But then he can take here. That's not a good deal. Okay. So maybe we start hitting g6. I'm curious about this, though. I forgot about this queen. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go for that. So if king h7, then this loses the knight for him. And I don't think he can defend g3. He goes for it still? Oh, how did I miss it? No, can I still do this, though? No, I can't. Oh, my God. I missed this tactical. I'm still happy I got to play that opening, though. Because I can prep it a little bit longer for next time. The problem is if I don't take, he's got this big threat here. Yeah, but I can take on g3, which is interesting. Lichess is going to restart in 9 minutes. Come on, whenever I'm streaming, it always restarts. I think I can do this. Queen g3, knight. I think this is okay, actually. Am I missing something obvious here? Probably, but okay, I think I can do this. Ooh, I can't wait to look at this with the engine because it's easy. Okay, what's so bad? What's so bad? I think he just wants his rooks all activated. Where do we want this knight? He's hitting e6. Do we gambit this pawn? We don't really have anything. Well, he's got this going. I could push it. But then there's tactics here, rook f3, rook f6. I should, I think I have to come back and defend it. But then he's I don't want to go back. I mean, I could go. Well, I mean, I could go king f7. I can't even do that really. I think I have to go back and defend it. But then he's just. This is bad though. Is there no other way? I mean, this is interesting, but gets a little iffy. Rook takes f6. He's got this check. He's going to take on b7. So we move the king somewhere. He takes on b7. But then I've got... Oh, but he's okay there. Okay, I'm coming back to defend. I don't want to do this, though. Oh, that's a hard move to make. That's a hard move to play. 20 viewers. Yeah, no, but I'm really, really interested to look at this, how to proceed in this opening. It does make me feel better. Thank you. Schadenfreude. No, but pain sucks. That's the one thing. I have everything but pain. Okay, so trading queens doesn't bother me as much. I don't know where I want this knight. I don't really want this superfluous knights here. But then this one's hanging. It's going to happen anyway. Okay, we'll go here. Do I want to take the queen, actually? I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'm upset that we lost the pawn. Okay. So I have knight e5. I could also force it. No, I can't even. No, that dropped another pawn. I think we have to do this. Oh, crap. I didn't realize he's attacking this. Wow. That sucks for me. So now he brings in Mr. Knight. And invades my personal space. Okay, now keep trading. Keep the trading. Lead chat's going to restart in 5 minutes. He traded. Wow, he wants to keep trading, eh? Okay, let's keep trading. And do I want to go knight a5? Or attack this? Coming in here. Okay, let's go here. 2 minutes on the clock. Yeah, lots watching tonight. Watching me lose. It's fun to watch me lose. Now, what do we think about this? I shouldn't think too long, whatever it is. And how do we retake? I'm going to... I don't know. I was going to take with the knight because I kind of want him to take my knight because playing a pawn down could give me some chances there. I'm going to bring in my other knight just because knights are tricky. Plain and simple. Now he's got a knight, so it makes my knights less tricky. Let's bring in the king. And that shouldn't have occurred. So we are going to trade. Now he's a pawn up. This should be winning for white. but it's not automatic. It's not an automatic win. We do have drawing chances because, well, I don't know if I should reveal this trick. I don't want to reveal too. I'm going to take another cough drop here. I don't want to reveal too much information. We'll keep pushing. So what if b4? I'll take, because a passed pawn is lovely. Okay. Now, we actually have passed pawn potential here, and we are going to go for it. And you know what? A rook pawn is extremely difficult for a knight to stop. So we might be winning here. This is very hard for him to stop. I think we might be winning. And an amazing outplaying. Okay, he can stop us, but it's going to come at the cost of a pawn. So I think I have a draw here, minimum. Well, I can't do better than winning the knight. This one's tough. Okay. It's possible he can win this, but I should have a draw here. Ooh, he might be winning this. Okay, it's a rook pawn, but my king is so far away. Okay, now it should be a guaranteed draw. Oh, shit. Don't be so cocky here. Lichess is going to restart in 1 minute. I hope it doesn't do it during my game or I'm going to flag because of Lichess. Ring around the rosy. Pocket full of posies. Come on, where's the 3-4? There we go. He should have offered me a draw. Shame on him. It's disrespectful. He's got more time, and if he's just going to repeat, he should offer me a draw. You know, that's what you. Sorry. Okay, but you got to admit, getting a draw there was pretty good, man. I mean, I was completely losing, so I certainly outplayed him there in the ending. And what do I get for my efforts? -1 point. Yeah, I'll analyze the game. I'm just still. I gotta calm down a little bit. That was intense. That was yeah. He got outplayed in the ending. You couldn't boot that knight out of the corner defending your pawn. What? No. I can't kick out his knight. Because he would have done what I just did. And if I could do that, it would have taken way too much time to figure out. But I don't think I could have. But he would have just done what I did. He just bounced around. Because, yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at that game again. That was not a boring game. Hello, Programming Archives. 20, yeah, 20 might be an all-time high. So welcome new viewers. Feel free to subscribe so that you can get notified. Or I guess, isn't there a thing on YouTube? You have to hit the little bell icon or something to get notified. But I stream every day starting around 8 or 9 p.m. Pacific time. If you're new to the stream, I'm only mentioning this because there's a bunch of new viewers watching right now. Okay, so we have this Bodler attack. Yeah, the opening was so interesting. I can't wait to look at this with Yunjin. And I could show you my opening prep on this, but Vivek. so I can handle time trouble. I thought I handled the trouble very well there. I outplayed him in an ending when I only had a few seconds left. So I don't think that was the issue. I missed. Well, let's just keep looking here. So this is a bold lure attack, an extremely unambitious opening by white, but it's super solid at the same time. Yeah, I was wondering how you found it. I mean, because that's kind of weird. I don't know. Is it a location thing? But then I don't get recommended videos from other content creators locally. So that's really weird. It could just be a coincidence. Okay. So H3, a long-term plan for white to bring his bishop back. It's not so common from white here. I'm going to save my cough drop because it's hard to talk with it. And yeah, so I play this as boring as possible. He played c3, preparing d4. Now, I used to always play knight c6 here, and I still do play it sometimes, which is fine. You can also play a6, b5, but these moves don't really do anything. And eventually, for black to kind of make any progress, black has to break on d5. Maybe there's other ways to play too, but generally, black needs to break on d5. So here I played d5 right away. And a lot of you might be thinking, or you might have dismissed the idea to play d5 because e5 looks scary. And that's certainly the case for me. You kind of immediately dismiss d5 because of e5, but it's actually not a problem. d5, e5, you take the bishop, he takes the knight. We can recapture on f6, and white can recapture on c4. You could, the queens could be traded. And so this is an equal trade, but white ends up with double pawns on the c file, which isn't terrible. But our bishop is very nicely placed on f6. And overall, I think black had a slightly better deal out of this transaction. So I played d5 and he took. And then I played bishop d6 here. And this is a key thing I sometimes remember about this position. Even though we are already preventing pins, because we have bishop on e7, I think it's important to play bishop d6 because otherwise bishop f4 comes, and that's a pain in the butt. Black is still okay here, but this is annoying because how do you deal with it? You might think you could deal with it by then playing bishop d6, but then there's bishop g5, and if you go bishop e7, basically white got to play bishop g5 for free, right? Because the bishop is already on e7. So basically white got a free move here. So that's why I went bishop d6, and then he pinned me, and I was going to go for my h6 g5 move, but then I realized that I had to protect d5. And you know what? I think sometimes this isn't even a problem because normally this pawn is on h2. So if this did happen, you could kick out this bishop first, right? With g. Wait a second. No, because he takes here, right? Okay, because I was going to say you could take on h2, but he could take with the knight. So this doesn't work. No, it does work still. Yeah, and then you can take here. The problem is it doesn't quite work still because then there's bishop f6. So I'm curious to look at this with the engine. So I played bishop d6 or e6 simply to prepare to defend d5 if white captures on f6. So because of all of that, that's why I was wondering if this is maybe a little premature here and I should play h6 first. But I actually think this is okay. But we'll see soon. I'm not using the engine right now. I'll use it after I self-analyze. Yeah, so I played g5. Again, I normally don't like to do this maneuver. I don't like pushing pawns in front of my king. That's not my style. I'm very solid. But I know the computer always wants to do that in these positions. So I did. And then I think taking first is correct. It's possible that knight h5 is. But I think this is right. And then I was planning to go knight h5, but then I realized he had knight g5. I just realized some of your messages are showing on stream, but they're not showing in my software. So I just fixed that. So there might have been a message or two of yours that I didn't see. Vivek asks, is E5 not good? 21 viewers now. That's got to be a new record, right? When I used to stream on Twitch, I think my record was like 274 or something, but that's because somebody rated me who, I can't remember who. It wasn't even a chess channel. Maybe it was a chess channel. No, I think it might have been, it was some streamer, some Go streamer. And then he rated my channel. And that was really awkward because suddenly there were all these people joined and they're all like, what is that? Is that a pin? Is that like the Badoo maneuver in Go? And okay, so is E5 not good for white? I think I already discussed that earlier. Okay, so yeah, so here I went Queen C7. I'm not sure even if it was my move here, if I can still go knight H5, knight G5. I'm not sure. So that's why I really want to look at this with the engine. And I actually thought I was dead here after knight G5, but then I'm actually holding after queen G3. But this is a huge liability, and this is where I burned all my time this game, trying to defend E6. 23 viewers now, by the way. Kind of scary. Vivek says knight H5 was possible. Is it Friday? It is Friday. So Vivek says knight H5 was. He's asking if it was possible because what do you mean queen G5? Oh, if knight G5. Oh my God. Damn. Oh, how did I miss that? Oh, so this probably was the computer's idea. So it was knight H5 first. You're right. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah. If knight F3, just queen G6. Although it's still a little iffy. So queen G6, knight E5. That could repeat. We'll look at it with the engine. But that might be 24 viewers now. Scary. You know, it's kind of weird because I've been streaming for like 7 years now, 6 or 7 years. And there's times where it's like, oh man, I've been streaming every day for like 7 years. And it would be nice if it grew a little bit over that time, you know, more than just 2 or 3 people. At the same time, when I get, like now there's 25 viewers, it's crazy. So at the same time, it's pretty, I can't think of the word, but it's weird to have, for me, this is a lot. For me, it's weird to have a lot of people watching you. It's uncomfortable in a way, because you're not used to it. I'm used to like 6 or 7 people watching, but even just increasing that to 25, it's weird because you feel like you have to entertain every single second, and you feel like you have to be on top of it and give nonstop entertainment. That's what it feels like for me. It's weird. Anyways, queen C7. So moving on. Yeah, took on g3. And then he kept putting pressure on e6. And I really, again, I spent so long in this move because I did not want to go back. I wanted to keep attacking here. Because if I go back, I'm losing the initiative. It's all in White's, playbook now. Like White is pushing, and I have to react. But I know how else are we going to deal with this? I considered e5. But then I thought he had rook f6. And I didn't like that. So I brought the queen back. He did exactly what he should do. And I think somebody at some point said something about this position. I'm scrolling up here. Yeah, Vivek said knight c6. Oh, wait. After white went knight b4. I think this was much later. How do you find it, Feli? I've had a big influx of viewers from India, and that might be because I've been streaming later. So I'm guessing it's like, is it morning in India? Okay, so yeah, we get to this endgame, and my idea here was just to keep trading because of exactly what happened. I figured if we just kept trading, I am down a pawn. So trading is technically not good for me. But at the same time, I think my endings are pretty good, maybe better than average for my rating. And so I felt if we simplified it enough and get it closer to an end game, I maybe could get chances of a draw. So that's what I was kind of pushing for here. Tanner, yeah, that's true too. Like when you first start streaming, it is also very weird. But I'm super comfortable streaming in small viewers. But now we got 26 viewers. So wow, pretty cool. Yeah, so hello everybody. Okay, so rookie one, again, I just kept trading here. A side benefit of trading is that his knight goes backward. So it gives me a little bit of I don't really want to say initiative, but it gives me a bit more of an advantage than I would have otherwise had. Because now his knight has to spend another move coming forward again. And yeah, I didn't really have any game plan around here. I was again just kind of trying to push his bishop back. And then I just wanted to get my knights centralized so that there could be some fork, because white does have a knight, so it makes it easier for him to combat my two knights, but he still has to be simple. There could still be forks lurking around. And I believe when you have the two knights side by side, I'll see you later, Nebula. Thanks for stopping by. When you do have two knights side by side, they actually control the four squares in front of them. And same thing, obviously, if it's like if they're on top of each other, they control these squares and these squares. So two knights side by side is if you're in a time pinch, they're often good because they cover so much. And obviously, if you have knights in a different configuration, like diagonally, they cover different squares. But then they also cover some of the same squares, right? If they're diagonal, this square is covered by both knights. So they're kind of overlapping. But when they're side by side, yeah, they cover a lot of squares. So you create this barrier, and you're even covering these squares, actually. I forgot about this. Look at that. So the two knights side by side, you create this, it's a double barrier. I forgot that they cover all of those squares. Vivek says bishop e4 would have been deadly. Well, he does play that in a couple moves, actually, in 2 moves from now. But it's a good little tip, right? Just two knights side by side, these are all covered. I think the only ones that aren't covered, so it covers all of these squares, and of course it covers these ones as well. But it's pretty, isn't that crazy? Look at that. Well, let's not cover that, but look at that. It's a good visual to have. Isn't that crazy though? It's just 2 knights. That's trippy, isn't it? I find that crazy. Because if you put 2 bishops side by side, yeah, they cover a lot. They're like a big X. No, this is way better than a queen. This covers like the whole. It's like a whole circle around it. Like look at that. It's like look at the diameter. It's really crazy. So it's just the sideways control that there's nothing to the side, but it's really crazy what they cover. Okay, sorry. So G3, just bringing in my king, and yeah, went for this trade. So I was actually happy with this trade because the tip I was going to say during the game is a good rule of thumb or principle in the end game is end games with pawns and knights on the board, only pawns and a knight or 2 knights. They play almost always. They play the same way as if the knights were not on the board. Why is that? I'm not quite sure, but it's a known idea. And so because of that idea, I am a pawn down, so technically I should be probably losing. But if the knights were off the board, I do have drawing chances, and white still has to play accurately is what I'm trying to say. And especially with and a knight, knights are still very tricky. So I had this was a good opportunity for me to get into that ending, even though I'm a pawn down. Yeah, without knights, it's a losing ending. But even then, with little time on the clock, white still has to be pretty accurate. My king is better than his king, right? So if he just like tries to get I mean, yes, it is winning for white, but white still has to be careful. And I mean, he didn't win the game, right? So I think that kind of proves my point. So I just tried to get space here. And I think this might be a blunder already. I don't think he should be abandoning the the queen side here. I think he should resolve this first. Get this taken care of first, and then slowly push this. Because I took, and then we create this outside pass pawn situation, and his knight is now too far away, which is exactly what happened. So A4, and knights. This is a really good tip. Knights are notoriously terrible at dealing with rook pawns, like really, really bad. I would say the majority of the time, maybe even the vast majority of the time, they can't handle the rook pawn. Even without the king, they often can't handle a rook pawn. That's how bad knights are against rook pawns. So in this case, the knight's far away. It makes it even worse than usual. Now he does bring it in time, but now my king just comes in, so I win a pawn, and then I win the knight. And I didn't feel there's a way for me to, because I can't just chase the knight. Or wait, shit, maybe Tana was right. Maybe I could have done this. I feel I can't though. Oh, I guess. Oh yeah. Maybe I could have. Oh, I just assumed I couldn't. Still not sure. Yeah, if this knight wasn't here, because normally there's not another knight helping. So if imagine this knight is off the board, then I don't think we can stop it, right? Because then he just comes in and then he can go to C1, right? Because there's a fork. So because of my knight on E5, I think I actually could have won the game here. Yeah, but I was so low on the clock here. And then, yeah, this is probably this has to be a draw here. Yeah. Yeah. So it's the same principle here. Black can't win, even if I mean, if you could mate with just a knight. Okay. So now we get to look at that with the engine. Sorry for the long analysis, but it was an interesting game. So I'm really curious about that opening. I don't think anybody subscribed because there should be an alert on the screen. But just waiting for this to run. Oh no, I think a few people did subscribe. 3. Oh, weird. Normally, maybe I don't have alerts on one of those scenes. I don't know. Okay, so this is probably when I could have played. Yeah, taking this knight, as Tanner said, and then this is this seems about right. Okay. So, yeah, I was curious about this. So first of all, is d5 immediately fine? Yeah, so this was fine. And then, yeah, so I could have played h6 here, but I don't like him playing bishop f4. No. Okay, so maybe h6 is still okay, but I think knight c6 is what I don't normally like, because then bishop f4. Maybe this was never actually a problem. Maybe I overestimated how important queen d6 was, because I could just play it now. And then if he pins us, because I'm still gonna go g6 or h6 g5. So whoops. So I'm. Oh wait, no. But then you can take here. Okay, so apparently there's some tactic here. Oh, there's bishop h3. What? Oh, and then check here or something. Wait, what is this? Weird. And then there's a fork here. Oh, man, that's insane. And then how do you win from here? This seems too slow. Computer likes it, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel confident enough here to play this position. I don't know. It's saying it's just completely winning for black, but I don't really... maybe, can't we just bring in the knight? Might be simplest. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little bit much for me. That's very committal. That's like 8 moves ahead. But that got tactical quick. So, but you can actually drop this, but it's still interesting. Okay. Anyways, I played bishop d6, and he pinned. Yeah. So this was all fine. And yeah, I took. So I wanted to play knight h5, but this would have been bad for a different reason. So as I think it was Vivek said, or it might have been, it was somebody. I was scared knight g5, but I didn't see. I could have just taken it with the queen. I didn't see this. So I could have played knight h5, but it's actually bad for a different reason, because of knight d4. So now there's an attack on, a discovered attack on h5 again. And I guess the threat is what, him taking on e3. And what, does this knight get trapped if I take on g3? Oh god, there's more tactics here, because there's going to be a fork after rook takes f8. This gets tactical quick. This position never gets tactical, so I'm surprised. There's so many tactics here today. But yeah, it's dangerous because of eventual discovery. So there actually was a good discovery from white here. And it doesn't like queen c7 because of what he played. And this was just winning for white. So basically any other move would have been better. Knight c6. Anything but except knight h5. Or queen c7. Yeah, so this was good for white because this becomes too weak. And I have development problems in more ways than one. So I am losing here. It's +2. This is all +2-ish. So we already looked at this. And yeah, white is still winning. I mean, white is up a pawn. His blunder was here, allowing me to get this passed pawn situation and the strong rook pawn. And now it's equal. Still equal. Actually, yeah, it's still equal. And then it's still equal until he played knight e2, which is very natural, but he needed. But the problem is, yeah, I could have just played king b3 here. So he instead, to defend, he had to play king d2. And I guess he can hold here. Maybe one of the important things is he also defends c3. So the king is a much better defender of the rook pawn than the knight. And I actually can't kick him out because he can trade here. Yeah, that certainly makes a lot of sense. And my knight, I mean, yeah, so I can't, and if I brought in the king, he's still, I'm a little surprised that white is okay here, though, I have to admit. You'd think my knight could come in here. I don't know the best route in. Maybe here. But I guess he has ways to defend. Interesting. So he needed to defend with the king, but he defended with the knight, which is, again, a terrible defender of the a pawn. Okay, going to play a new game. That was a long game to analyze. Or I spent a long time analyzing it. So now I'm burned out. Okay, I'm playing Igor. Change the scene. So now we're white. It's 27 degrees in my place here. And it's not a comfortable situation. Wow. C5. This is what 1900 rated players play. Yeah, I'm going to go knight f3, but knight f5 is interesting because it's the fastest way to d5, but I don't really want to gamble with the pawn on f5. Okay, I want d5. I could do it with some Roxy bind or knight c3. I like both. I like both. There's bishop f6. Okay, don't suggest any moves, please. Yeah, bishop f6 is actually a bit annoying. Okay, I'm going to go c4. I don't know. I burned way too much time there needlessly. The opening was too interesting. I got to get over that perfectionism. I have to get over that one day. Okay, let's go knight c3, and then I'm going to castle kingside. Where do we want it? I'm going to put it on e2 because I don't want to deal with bishop on g4. And I will castle kingside and try to play a little bit quicker. I mean, his c5 move was terrible, so I was trying to penalize it. But you can't always just penalize. Okay, so if he takes and he has knight d4, so I wonder if I should play bishop e3. I think I will. And pre-move on f3. So I assume he's going to castle now. If he doesn't, I can't see a good reason for him not to. And eventually, I think he needs to put a rook on d8 and then break on d5. But it's hard because of the Maroczy bind that I set up. It's the whole point of the Maroczy bind. And we will castle now, as I said. So he wants to break on b5, but I can just take there. Okay, so I could play h3. I could play rook e1. Let's go rook e1. Trying to catch up on the clock a little. h3 doesn't really do anything, but you know what? I'm going to play it just in case he does take. He has to make a decision now. Now I'm forcing him to make a decision. So he's made one. I could offer a trade of knights, but then this knight doesn't really end up anywhere good. I don't like how this is weak. Maybe I will move the knight. This is the way I used to play. I really don't want to play it because it's not really a great square, but I'm going to. But then he has knight d4. Okay. I really hate the knight h2 move because this is the way, that's the way I used to. Oh, wait, I could take with the knight or the rook. No, I could take with the rook. Okay, so we take this rook. My pieces are awkward, though. The knight is terrible on h2. The rook is a little risky on e2. You know, it's not defended by my other rook. Okay, so not sure what this is about. Does he want to try for f5? That doesn't really make sense. Can I hit him on d6 here? Bishop f4. Then he's got knight d4. So let's bring in the knight again. Oh, maybe he's trying to get to e5. He wants to get rid of his weak backward pawn. That makes sense. Yeah, I might have to take it because he's attacking two important. I mean, I could go knight d2. Well, he goes with that knight. That's a little strange. It's the same idea, though, I guess. So I could go knight d2, or I could take it. If I take it, though, he can take with the pawn, and then he solves his backward pawn weakness. So maybe I actually do go knight d2. I think that's what I'm going to play. It's a very weird. Okay, do we want to let knight d3 happen? This rook is now even more awkward. Then I have queen c2. And then if he doubles up, then I can go f4. Oh, this is really... I mean, I know I could just take and make my life easier. His bishop would still be bad there. I have a good bishop. He has a bad bishop. That's a good thing. Maybe. No, I'm going to go. Okay, I'll take it. Whatever. I don't really like the awkwardness that ensues if I go knight d2. Okay. Now, he took with a knight. I don't mind that. I didn't want him taking with it. Now he kept this weakness. He kept his d6 weakness. So I can go knight d5. He's hitting this. So b3, put all my pawns on light squares. Looks good to me. Quick blunder check, execute. Okay. If b5, I can take. Yeah, I think this was a mistake. He should have taken this way. Okay, so now he's got a discovery on this rook. So maybe I should move it. I could hit him. Oh, this is a little weak too, hey? Okay, but yeah, let's maybe I should go to b1 because b5 is more likely to open up this way. No, we have to defend the rook. Okay. Oh God, I'm playing slow here. So now we have knight d5, but it hangs at e4. So f3, and this is a true Maroczy bind. This is like an accelerated dragon position. He can come in here, but I don't mind that too much. I am going to play f3. So knight d4. I'll just move my rook and play through the uncomfortable position. I don't want to give up this bishop. This is a good bishop. This is a bad bishop. So knight d4, where do we put the rook? We could go to d2, and do we win a pawn there? I think we do. Bishop g5. We have f4 maybe. Okay, so knight d4, rook d2, bishop g5. I don't want to play f4 though. But okay, I forgot that he could do that. So we recapture. I don't know. I think the other line was more interesting for black, knight d5. Okay, so our position is mwah. We have this beautiful Maroczy bind structure with a beautiful bishop. Black has a weak d6 square. We could centralize the queen, but then he could offer to trade it off. And I'm not sure what I think about that. I still kind of like that because I can double up here. Or I could just start doubling up on the d file. But then the queen can't centralize. So do we go queen d3? And I think he's got to put a rook on d8. And then, yeah, I guess I could always go this way too. Okay, let's do it this way. So rook a d8. Do we go rook d5 or do we just keep piling up on it? Yeah, I think we just keep piling up on it. And I think we win that pawn. His knight is too slow here. The best he can do is knight e4. Maybe not the best, but he can go knight e5 and I can just trade. He doesn't have any good jumping off points. So we are going to go for this plan. Take a drink of water. Say hello to the 22 viewers. And have you guys noticed I've been coughing much less, right? Regular viewers? So my cough is going away. It's been replaced with allergies, but right? Compare my cough to like a week or two ago, much better. So yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier in the game. This backward pawns are long-term weaknesses, and you can see it here. That's why I thought earlier he should have went d takes e5, get rid of this backward pawn, because a backward pawn by definition can't be defended by. Okay, so can he take the a2 pawn after? Maybe. I could. Well, we have to take, right? So we have to do this. So, but I'm not really, I like taking d6 over him taking a2. Plus I get c5 for bonus. So takes on a2, bishop c, yeah, can I just go bishop c5? What can he do about that? Rook c8. Check. No, he can take with the queen. Is this a move? At the very least, I have bishop a3. So I do think I'm going to take if knight c3, I think it's game. Oh, it's no. Yeah, then Like I should be okay, I feel. I should be, because the knight can't escape. One way in, no way out. Hello, Kai Beats. Long-term weakness, isn't that self-explanatory? It's a weakness that's long-term. Okay. So we have Rook D8. Right? Is that the best move? Probably not, but it looks good to me. Oh, he can take with check. Okay. So maybe Queen D4. Again, maybe not the best move, but looks pretty good. So we're going to play that. Getting quite low on the clock, but my opponent's 1900, so I'm not too worried about the end game. Okay, so we trade those off. So I think he's got to go knight b4. And we're up a pawn. We have a beautiful bishop, beautiful pawns. Maybe just, okay, so he's hitting this. I could still just go here. He's got a fork. Oh, shit. It's an invisible fork. Crap. Well, he gets the... Okay, so we're going to bring in the king. Okay, and then here... No, then this drops. Okay, so he got something there. Push? This pushes? Oh, God. He's... Okay, here. Okay, I'm going to focus now. I'm going to shut up. Because this is getting dangerous. Okay, this is dominated there. Oh, he's got this still. Just God, this is okay. Problem. I mean, I could simplify here, but that's. Oh, I'm not even up a pawn anymore. I just realized. How did I screw that up? Oh my God. I did not play that well. Okay, so what am I doing against a5? I mean, yeah, we have rook d3, a4. I never liked that. I don't know if I can do anything about that. I really screwed this. So, can I go c5? Try for my own push. You know, if he keeps pushing, it's unclear. Okay. Okay, can I attack him? Yeah, so I think he might have missed his opportunity here. I think he should have played a5. So now, it feels like he's trapped. I don't know if he is or not. Here? Wait, let me think. Oh God, running out of time. This way. Crap, is this the way to do it? I don't know, I'm wasting. Oh, knights are so hard. Okay, he's always dominated. If he comes here, he's dominated. So he will lose it, I think. This way. No, he still survives for a little bit. Ay. Okay. God, it's so hard to play this quick. Knights are annoying. He gets out, eh? He gets out. Okay, I thought I could trap him. Okay, well, we can play c5. Okay, are there any forks? Ugh. It's so hard to play against a knight with little time. Oh, he really fought back. It was so clearly winning before. And man, this is a huge upset. Huge upset this game. Like, oh my God. Massive upset. 20 seconds. I really blew this. Completely blew this. And he's not even playing that well. I'm self-sabotaging. Completely. Mate? Almost? No, not quite. 17 seconds. Oh man, I played this so bad. Here, that's a pawn. Okay, get ready to release. I played this so bad. Actually, we could go check and then win the H pawn too. No, he can go to B7. I'm disappointed in myself how poorly I played this. Dropping the pawn to that invisible fork he created was the big problem. I mean, had I not dropped that pawn, it's an easy win, but I did drop it. 16 seconds. Every move I'm going to spend a second on. Remaneuver it this way. I've got this check now. Okay, let's check. Really? Push. 6 seconds. My hands are sweaty, so I'm not even going to be able to play quickly. Like my fingers are literally sweating because it's hot in here. Oh, and my fingers didn't even see. My fingers didn't even want to move there. Oh, what a dirty win. I feel bad about that. Don't even look at me. Don't even look at me. It's a pathetic win that I had to resort to. Dirty flagging. I should never have lost that. Well, I was winning there actually. I feel a little bit less bad because I was winning there at the end and then I was lowering the clock. So I take that back because he was going to dirty flag me. But it feels bad. I mean, the quality is so low, right? When you have little time. So overall, like I was completely winning 95% of the game, but I allowed that invisible fork, as I called it, and then it was probably equal. But then I was just, yeah. Knights are tricky. Knights are tricky. Okay, so let's take a look at that again. So we had this exchange Philidor with a c5, which just can't be good. And then I spent too much time on the opening, which doesn't matter, but I can't get over this perfectionism. I spent far too much time on these moves. And then I told myself that I didn't want to, like, knight h2 is, yeah, probably not ideal, but I played it anyways. What kind of caught me off guard was, like, I kept looking at bishop f6, and I wasn't sure how I was going to deal with that. And I was considering like knight c3 and letting him double up here, but I don't really like that so much. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. And then I was surprised that he didn't take with the pawn, because again, this long-term weakness. I mean, I guess if he had he taken with a pawn, we have knight d5. But I get that anyways, right? So we get this structure, and I think I played this well. I didn't care about the a2 pawn, and then I burned more time here because I thought I could trap his rook, and like this is, if I had to guess, this is probably like +5 or something here, maybe +6. But I was already low on the clock at this point, and yeah, I think this was fine. Yeah, it was around here. I was trying to trap his knight. Oh yeah, this was the invisible fork. There was nothing I could have done about it. Wow, that's kind of unlucky. So I actually have to take with the rook here. That's crazy. Is that right? No, I could have pushed the pawn. Or, yeah, I think this is the only move, right? b4. So I needed to play b4 there. And then this was actually tough. And I think he misplayed it. And he really should have played a5. Like, where was it? Here, instead of creating luft. a5, I thought. And then again here, I thought I was so close to trapping his knight. And I think there must be a way to do it. Where was it here? Okay, so here. Because how do I cover all of these squares? Is there no way to trap the knight? Maybe there's not. I really thought there might be. And even here, I was really trying to trap it. And, like rook b4 allows a fork. So he got out, and then I burned a lot of time trying to trap that knight. And pushed the pawn. I was still terrified of... No, here it wasn't. Oh, no, here I wasn't scared. And yeah, his knight is perfectly fine. And I didn't know what I was doing here. Didn't really have time to think. And then he started to play extremely slow here. And I think at this point I have about like 9 seconds or so. So I make a million blunders. He could have just taken here at this point. But it does allow me to get this connected past pawn. That is probably a draw. But if anyone is better there, I think it's white. But I'm not sure. It's probably equal. But he didn't go for that. And then I just kept pushing here. And my fingers were really sweaty. So they were slippery at this point. This took me like 2 seconds because of that. And yeah, I just did not have time at all. Should have probably brought up the king at this point and then brought in the bishop. But I had, maybe 5 seconds or something. And then, you can tell I only had like 5 seconds. I was just making like any moves. I think that I even pre-moved this, I actually think. Yeah, so just completely winning for white here, but I had no time. These were all pre-moves, and well, I out pre-moved him. Okay, let's look at that with the with the engine, but not the cleanest game I've ever played. Because not like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but in hindsight, I don't mind dirty flagging him, as I said, because he used, I mean, because I was winning. That's why. Because I was completely winning at the end. So I don't mind. So the opening was all fine, not optimal, but fine. This was the first mistake I made. Was it? Well, really? So this is apparently a mistake because of B5. I thought I could just take here. Why is this a mistake? Knight D4. Oh my God. Yeah, it's not the first move I would consider here. Like, it's such an easy move to miss is what I'm trying to say. You lose the exchange. Nothing you can do about it. And we don't even have a good discovery on the queen. If the rook was on D2, we could take on G2. Wow. Yeah, just missing knight D4. So it would have been better to have played rook D2. Okay. Easy move to miss. This was all good. At this point, I'm down to 2 minutes. Better apparently was rook D5. I considered that, or did I? Yeah, I considered it, but I didn't like his queen coming in here. I thought that could be annoying. So by instinct, I just wanted to trade here. And you know what's funny is when I played queen D4, I thought I was completely winning. Like I thought, I am winning. It's +5. But what I'm trying to say, I thought I was also up material. I thought I was up like 2 pawns. But the material, I'm only up 1 pawn. Hello, Silent Gameplay. Silent Gameplay from the YouTube comment section. Okay. And then, yeah, but I missed this invisible fork. So I call these, I never heard anybody else call this. I'm pretty sure I coined the term. Well, I'm the only one that says it, so I definitely did. I call this an invisible fork. When a knight is attacking a piece, like a pawn or a piece, and a square that has no piece on it, I call it an invisible fork because it's so easy to miss these, both as an attacker and as a defender. But this is, wait a second. It's actually not an invisible fork because my bishop's defended. Yeah, so I kind of overreacted here. Yeah, and that's why I missed B4. I thought it was an invisible fork, but it's not. Because I thought this was another fork, but my bishop's protected. And yeah, now it's just equal. And the knight was dominated, and I thought I could do something against it. So yeah, rook d3 is good for white. This was the best move. Now, can we trap it? We can trap it. The way to trap it is rook a3, apparently. And then what? Bring in the king? So rook a3, let's just say he goes here. We stop him from getting active. Let's say he brings in the king. So we bring in the king. Yeah, and the knight. Yeah, the knight. So, okay, so that's how you trap it. Because these, yeah, there's no exit squares for the knight. So we don't, the way to trap it is ultimately the king has to come in and do the dirty work. because every square is controlled, and then the goal is to put the king on d2, and that's how you win the knight. So that's what I missed. I mean, I had under a minute, so I didn't want to dedicate too much time to figuring all that out. But that's how you do it. Okay. So rook a3 was the secret move, which I couldn't find. And this is now just equal for both sides. I'm down to 22 seconds. 18 seconds here. And then, yeah, just a bit of a Hail Mary. And I'm winning, but I'm down to 4 seconds. Pretty amazing that he managed to flag here. Hello, Chess Raptor. Yeah, it's +7. I'm down to 3.37. Whoa, my voice. I might have to go after this because my voice is starting to go. But I'm down to 3 seconds here, no increment. I am very close to winning and even close to mating. You know, this would be mate. But I'm surprised I flagged him here. The thing is, he wasn't pre-moving. I was pre-moving every move. And he wasn't. For some reason, he didn't pre-move. He never pre-moved. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there. It's really weird for me to end a stream and there's still 19 people watching. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a record. Today, it has to be. There were like 26 or 27 people at one point at the peak. So hello again to all the new viewers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, feel free to subscribe. Put the alert thing on if you want. But if you do put the alert thing on, you're going to get like an email every day because I stream every day. Again, starting around 7 or not 7, like 8 or 9 p.m. Pacific time. Usually stream for about the length I did today, about 2 hours. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night.